What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome to a little bit of a breakdown, not an in-depth breakdown, but a kind of a reaction and a breakdown to Justin Fields and his first preseason performance in the NFL. Now, I'm not going to be doing this for every quarterback or every big player. I may do it for Trevor Lawrence, recapping his preseason because he's Trevor Lawrence. I may do it for Mac Jones because he's a Patriot. And I'm obviously going to do a little bit of Justin Fields talk because he's a former Buckeye. And I just personally like Justin Fields. So we're going to recap his game in the preseason. I have the stats in front of me, so that if I'm looking, that's what I'm looking at. Justin Fields went 14 of 20 for 142 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, and I think he also ran for a touchdown as well. And he had a passer rating of a 106.7 in his first preseason game. Now, I don't know if it has been confirmed or not that Justin Fields is going to be QB number 1. I know that a lot of people are petitioning for that and trying to get him to be QB number 1, but I think Matt Nagy is going to stick with Andy Dalton, and I don't know why, because now I know a lot of people are on the side of the rookie quarterbacks should sit. They don't think that rookie quarterbacks should play in their first season because what's the point? What's the point in making them play? Let them sit, let them learn the offense, let them do all that stuff on the sidelines. But I think that if you are in a bad situation, like the Bears aren't in a horrible situation. I mean, they almost made the playoffs last year. So they did make the playoffs, they did make the playoffs. If the Bears situation, they have a decent defense, they have an okay offense, and they had no quarterback, why not start your top 15 pick in Justin Fields? Why not start your first round quarterback when he has the talent that he does? I mean, there's no question that Justin Fields is probably the second best quarterback in this draft class behind Trevor Lawrence. Now, I'm personally of the opinion that Trevor Lawrence is going to have the better career than Justin Fields, but that's only because I think that Trevor Lawrence won't be in Jacksonville for very long. I think he'll be in Jacksonville for his first contract, but then I don't know what happens. Maybe he gets traded. Maybe he just wants out. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I personally don't think that that Trevor Lawrence is going to be in Jacksonville for his entire career. So with that being said, I think that Justin Fields could be in Chicago for his entire career. And I think that Chicago is going to have a lot of success with him as the quarterback. And I think that should start this season because they have a decent offense with Allen Robinson. They got a decent running back. They got a good offensive line. They've got some nice weapons for him to throw to. Their defense is pretty good. So you just plug Justin Fields in. And yes, he proved it here, but they were going up against scrubs. They were going up against third string, fourth string guys trying to make a roster and stuff. So I do understand that. And this is only game number 1 of a 3-game preseason. Trust me, I understand what I'm saying. I understand the situation that Justin Fields is in. I understand that it's only 1 game. I'm not trying to overblow it. I'm not trying to overreact to it or anything. I'm not trying to hype him up too much. I just think that Justin Fields is that good of a quarterback that I think he could go right now into that Bears team, start day 1, and at least give them a winning record. I'm not saying he's going to go to the playoffs and make a run in the playoffs in his first season. No, I'm not saying that by any means. I am saying that Justin Fields gives the Bears a better chance to make a run for the playoffs or be competitive. He gives them a better chance than Andy Dalton does because we all know what Andy Dalton is. Andy Dalton is a backup in this league. It's just that simple. Andy Dalton couldn't get it done in Cincinnati. He went to the playoffs, always lost. Couldn't get it done. Then he's a backup in Dallas for Dak. Then he gets the chance to play because Dak goes down with his injury and everybody else sucks that they have there. But Andy Dalton, yes, he did get a concussion and was done for basically the entire season. But before he got that concussion, he wasn't really that good. Andy Dalton is a backup quarterback. That's what he's come down to. That's what his role in the NFL is. He's a backup. He doesn't have the talent. He's not the guy that you want to start a team. You're not going to, if you have the option between, I don't know, Andy Dalton and Ryan Fitzpatrick, they're both backups, but I would rather have Ryan Fitzpatrick because at least Ryan Fitzpatrick has proven, whether it be small sample sizes or not, at least Ryan Fitzpatrick has proven that he can do it in a regular season game. Andy Dalton, I mean, he could do it a little bit in Cincinnati, but do you really want Andy Dalton as your starting quarterback? When you're a team like Chicago, you have a promising young player in Justin Fields, and you're just going to let him sit on the sidelines while you have a team that is not win now, but is at least in a winning situation. They have at least the opportunity to win. They are in a better situation than the Jets are. They're in a better situation than the Jags are. They're in a better situation than even the 49ers are, I would say. Well, they're probably not in a better situation than the 49ers because the 49ers were just in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. So they're probably not in the same situation as they are, but they're at least a little bit lower. They're a better situation than the Patriots are. I mean, we know how the Patriots roster looked last year. Who knows how it's going to look this year with all these new signings, but it may turn out to be good. It may turn out to not to be good. But I think the Bears are probably in a little bit of a better situation because the Bears have a little bit of a better defense than the Patriots do. So who knows how this is going to work out. I guarantee you that Andy Dalton is the starting quarterback in week number 1. Now, how long he goes the season as a starting quarterback, I don't know. Depends on how he plays. I don't think he's going to play that well, so he's probably not going to go very long. I think we get to about week 6, week 7, and maybe even earlier than that. And Justin Fields, the fans are calling for it. The media is calling for it. There's a lot of pressure on the front office, and I think finally they'll cave and they'll start Justin Fields, which they should have started him from the beginning, because I think that Justin Fields is going to be a very, very good quarterback in this league. I'm not saying he's going to be Hall of Fame worthy. I'm not saying he's going to be like all pro worthy, but he's going to be a very, very solid. He definitely has the opportunity to get there, but I think that he is going to be a very, very solid quarterback even in his rookie season. And this performance right here just proves it. He said, I think there was a quote that Justin Fields had where he said the game felt very slow to him. So I'm not trying to, I hope that people don't take that as like a cocky comment or anything. Like, Justin Fields is not a cocky player by any means. He's very humble, and he would never say that with any negative connotation or anything like arrogance or anything like that. That would never be what Justin Fields would intend that to mean. He's just saying that he's so ready that it felt slow to him because he was so much faster. He was so much more ready to go. Yes, he was playing against scrubs. He was playing against 3rd and 4th string guys desperate to make a roster spot, but it's still guys that are good enough to at least be on an NFL team. Guys that at least are talented enough and skilled enough to get noticed by an NFL organization and give them at least a chance to make the roster. Like, these aren't just, we say they're scrubs, but these aren't just like nobodies that they got off the street. These are guys that are actually good football players that aren't as good as the top football players that make the NFL rosters, but they are still good football players. And Justin Fields torched them for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I think he even got a rushing touchdown. So let me know down below what you guys think. If you guys think Justin Fields should be QB number 1 at the start of the season, let me know. If you guys think that they should go with Andy Dalton like they're going to probably do, then let me know down below. And also let me know if you guys think that, or let me know your prediction of when you think Justin Fields will get the starting spot, because I'm very curious. I said like week 6 or 7. I even said maybe earlier than that, but depending on how Andy Dalton plays, which I don't think he's going to play very well. So we're going to find out. But I am very impressed with Justin Fields' performance in his first preseason game. I hope he continues it. Yes, he's a rookie. He's going to have bad times. So we can't just like jump down his throat when he has one bad game because we are expecting him to be perfect every single night out. So you can't do that. You can't do that to any of the quarterbacks, Mac Jones or Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence, any of those guys. You can't expect them to be perfect every single game because they're just rookies. They've never played in the NFL before. So we got to keep that in mind. But let me know down below what you guys think. That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.